Okay, so I'm sitting here, um, listening to a live stream by Straw Hat Goofy, and someone said in his chat that what if season three already has a trailer out? And I don't even think they're finished with the episodes yet. They said 9 episodes over the course of December 22nd. So that would be the fact that there's still 2 episodes left, and you're telling me the trailer up. This trailer does look possibly real. So we're gonna watch it and see, and figure out if this is real or not.
Russia's the best. Relax, relax. Red Guardian has this. Are you relaxing? It's very hard to tell. Your eyes so angry like Winter Fox. How can I help you, officer? Just a routine check-in. Say, sisters. Yes, to visit our sister. It's her birthday. You guys are brothers? What'd you get your sister for her birthday? Because I cannot for the life of me figure out what to get my wife for Christmas. Television. You got her a sweater and a television? Wow, that's very generous. Nice story. But where are you really headed?
Oh, okay. Whoa. All right. That's what we're doing. Mm, mm. Where did he get that from, bruh? Yeah, Bucky. Yeah, Bucky's affinity for just pulling up and having the biggest amount of artillery known to mankind is crazy. Also, the difference in the type of super soldier it is very interesting, considering that these two are going to be in a TV show together. Bucky is super shoot first, ask questions later when he thinks he's been burned, while Red Soldier likes to talk his way out of stuff. Bucky doesn't like to talk at all. Wow, this is okay. I really want to see this episode and see what it is. I think they're using this particular episode as a way to pad out these two characters, and they may be the leads for the Thunderbolts project. I mean, it felt like Yelena was supposed to be the lead, but if it isn't Yelena, it might be that these two are the lead characters for the show for the TV, not TV show, the movie, the Thunderbolts project. And it this is a way for audience to get reacquainted with these characters, because we haven't seen Bucky since 2021's Falcon and the Winter Soldier. People don't talk about that project nearly enough. It's not a bad project by any means. Little rushed at the end, but there have been worse endings in the Marvel Disney TV shows lineups. As a whole, it doesn't have the worst ending. Then you have Red Soldier, who was one of the better parts, not the better parts, one of the only good parts about the Black Widow film was his introductory as a character. But again, because it came from such a poor film, they're reintroducing the character in this what if episode as like, okay, this is who he is, this is what he's about, this is what he's like, and go from there. So introducing these two characters is very interesting. It also makes you beg because of where you found out where these two characters come from in the 616 timeline. Why are they working together now? Um this also opens up the possibility and the questioning for Bucky as a whole, that Bucky was completely aware of the fact that there were other super soldiers out there besides him and Steve. He knew about the other Winter Soldiers in the project. He knew about Elijah Bradley, and this just adds to the list of another super soldier that he knew about, that he's been kind of just like, I think at the end of the day, for Bucky specifically, because of his friendship and because of how he knew who he knows Steve to be as a person, he knows if Steve had ever found out about these Winter Soldiers on ice, or the Red Soldier in prison, or anything like that, he would have taken that as his own responsibility. He would have taken that as something that he caused and he did, especially with Elijah Bradley. Because of, like, that's one of the things that like people make jokes about and stuff like that. that, you know, when Steve Rogers comes out of the ice, having been from the 50s, and he's looking at a black female doctor, what is it, you know, leading this group of practicing medicine and being a head doctor or whatnot, his entire world is just like, nothing about what I'm seeing right now makes any sort of sense. You should either be in the kitchen or in the cotton field somewhere. Like, this don't make no sense to me at all. So, um, it makes sense that Bucky would be trying to spare Steve from that type of self-inflicted guilt per se, simply because of the fact that he knows that Steve would absolutely make that his fault and his responsibility. The same way I feel like Steve probably feels like he had some fault in Tony's parents dying. Because if he had never brought Bucky along, or if he had saved Bucky, or if he had been able to reach him in time, or he had given up looking for him, Bucky would have never became the Winter Soldier. If Bucky never becomes the Winter Soldier never then gets the chance to kill Tony Stark. Or if he had taken down Hydra fully, you know, because the whole thing of like of Winter Soldier and Age of Ultron is that Hydra was still around, and Steve hadn't actually defeated Hydra. They had been reborn within Shield, and it finally came to fruition in Winter Soldier, the movie. Point is, he probably took that personally as like, if I had destroyed Hydra, certain things wouldn't be happening right now, including Tony's parents dying. So this adds to the list and possibly gives I wouldn't be surprised if David Harbour's character dies in Thunderbolts. I can see him being the sacrificial character who sacrifices his life for some extent, and this is what turns him into the Coulson of the group, where the others sort of rally together at a certain extent as this new Avengers Thunderbolt type team, you know, to fight whatever threat it may be. It just also gives a reason for why these characters know each other in Thunderbolts, because in a similar timeline this happened, but also in the 616 timeline they did run into each other at some extent, the same way that Bucky explains of how he ran into um, Isaiah Bradley, Elijah Bradley in the 60s, in the 60s and 70s. So, very interesting characters. Can't wait to see what comes from this. Adding in Bill Foster was a nice add. I want to know what they're gonna do with that. You know, is Bill Foster going to be a more important character moving into the future of the MCU? Is Lawrence Fishburne going to come back? Is this going to, like, I just want to see what are they doing with this, or are they just really just being like the Arrowverse now, where they know they have X amount of characters and they're really using them to the fullest of their abilities by having characters like Bill Foster and Donald, not I was about to say Donald Duck. I forgot what the Duck's character's name was. Having these guys appear in these episodes as a way of like, look, these characters are a part of the MCU. Here they are. But it does make me wonder if something's going to happen in the main 616 timeline in regards to Bill Foster. I'm very interested to see, you know, what this next season will look like, and I'm very interested to see how people will respond to these two characters, you know, being together and sharing screen time, because they're, one's a really popular character that has a nice fan base, not the biggest fan base, but a nice fan base of guys that love action, girls that just love the looks on him, people that love the story as a whole, whatever it may be. But and how he fits into, you know, Steve's past, the Avengers past, Tony's past, Civil War, Black Panther, Infinity War. Like, he just kind of comes and goes everywhere. And at the end of the day, all he really is a partially brainwashed ex-assassin, 100-year-old, partially brainwashed ex-assassin of Hydra that has a super soldiers, that has a half baked super soldier serum, because he's like, he doesn't have the same level of feats as Cap, honestly, in my personal opinion, but he's able to match Cap. You know what I'm saying? Um, like Cap was able to keep up with Panther. Panther put pause on Bucky, and Bucky would not have survived the night if it wasn't for Cap. You know, but nonetheless, pairing that with this guy, a really good, interesting character from a really bad movie that deserves the proper limelight at a certain extent in a good project. And what if season 2 stapled of what it looks like for that project to get released and what it looks like for that to be good? And now it's like, if season 3 comes out in like, March, either in March of next year, so in a couple months, or in like the September of next year, in between those two breaks when we're getting ready for the summer movie seasons and going into Deadpool 3 and other projects, or as we're living down that high and going into the winter season or the fall season, putting out that third season will be great and will help a lot with some things. I'm sure there's some unanswered questions regarding Superior Strange. Not Superior Strange. Is it Superior? I don't think he's Superior. Superior was the one with the ponytail. But Dark Strange and this new Native American character that's being introduced and whatnot, all those characters are coming together and creating this, you know? Um, um, but yeah, it's been an impromptu episode of Madman Activities. I'll see you guys around.